Hey everyone, Parallel here, and welcome back to Star Trek Online, and welcome to Season 14 Emergence. The new season went live today, so what I'd like to do is check out the new content, do a little bit of overview of everything that is new in this season. I'd also like to take a look at some of the patch notes. I probably won't go through the patch notes in full detail, but a few things did stand out to me, and I'd like to talk about those. And then finally, I want to finish up with do a run of the new Tzenkethi Red Alert. That is actually a pretty cool new piece of content, and would like to actually see that in action. Now, let's go ahead and jump in here. So what is new in Season 14? So let's start out here and take a look at the summary of what is new. There are a few pieces of new content here, some pretty decent additions. The first thing is the new featured episode that is called Melting Pot. It's going to feature Geordi LaForge, which will be a continuation here. He was in the previous featured episode, Beyond the Nexus, which is now moved into your regular mission area of your mission journal. So it's in the episode area here now, because it's no longer the featured episode, and it is now Melting Pot. Along with that featured episode, there are new weekly rewards that go along with this. I'll take a look at those real quick once we're done going through the overview here. Now, the next piece here of content is the Colony Fleet Holding, and that is where my character is currently located. It is this nice, new, beautiful-looking piece of scenery here. It actually is very reminiscent of Risa. Nice, beautiful beach. I have explored around here a little bit. It is a very nice-looking map. The environmental artists have, again, done an excellent job. They are really making these environments look spectacular, especially given the limitations of the engine, the graphical engine in Star Trek Online, which is very old at this point, but they somehow managed to make this environment look really nice. And one of the neat things about this new Dranuur colony is the colony facility, which is actually located behind me here. As you complete the fleet projects and upgrade the colony, you will actually see this building here sort of build up over time. So we'll actually complete as you progress in the fleet holding. As you complete the projects and upgrade everything, they will become actually visible here. So that's kind of a neat little philosophy, or I guess design decision there. It looks should be pretty cool to see your colony actually built up over time. So yeah, the Dranuur Colony, this is definitely one of the large pieces of new content. So we'll explore around a little bit here. I would like to see what is involved in the minigames, because one thing that's new about this fleet holding that's different from previous ones, that in order to get the provisions for this fleet holding, you actually need to play these minigames. And there was a lot of concern on the Reddit forum that these minigames are very grindy, and it's very difficult to complete the projects. So I want to check that out myself and see how grindy it may actually be. So what else is new? We got a new specialization called Miracle Worker. So yeah, new specialization. That's pretty cool. We haven't had a new specialization in quite a while, since the temporal specialization. So let's see here. Do we got Miracle Worker? Yes, we do. So yep, Miracle Worker, a whole new specialization. It is a primary specialization, so it goes up to 30 points, all the way up to tier 4. Has some ground tree, and then some of space tree, ability tree. So should be interesting. The theme here is definitely more of an engineering-centric theme, although I believe it does have some weapon buffs as well. Like this one is a critical buff when you hull heal. So definitely interested to check that out. That is probably worthy of its own video to go into a lot of detail there. So yeah, that is something to definitely take a look at. Tzenkethi Red Alert, that is what I'd like to do a run of at the end of the video. I actually did play through this once already, and it was a pretty decent Red Alert. I actually enjoyed it, so I figured it would be a good thing to show here in the video, since it is also pretty quick. Now, there are a few new queues as well. We got a new space queue, called the Dranuur Gauntlet queue. And so this is a 5-player queue in space, and you have to basically defend the Dranuur Colony from the Tzenkethi. So we'll have to check that out. Probably in a separate video, I'll go into more detail there. Also a separate video for the new ground queue. So this is going to be called the Dranuur Beach Assault queue. And I'm pretty sure that this queue is going to take place on this map here, probably on the Dranuur Colony Fleet Holding map. In this case, though, this is actually a 10-player ground queue. I haven't played a 10-player ground queue in quite a while, so this, it could be something unique. We'll have to see how it is. Hopefully it's not too long to complete or too long to get into queue with 10 players. Hopefully that's not an issue. It may actually be. I'm not sure how the queue system has been so broken since Season 13 that I'm curious to see how it'll do in filling up a 10-player queue. But it could be interesting. We'll have to defend the colony against the Tzenkethi on the ground. So there it is. Those are all the major new features. So let's go ahead and explore this island a little bit here. So this is actually the Dranuur Fleet Holding, and I can show you here on the galaxy map basically where it is. It's actually here in the Alpha Quadrant, up in these new sectors that were added recently. And this one is right near K13, just a little bit, a little bit up from there. And there it is right here at Dranuur Colony. Pretty close to the Tzenkethi battle zone. So it seems to be in the right area, kind of in Lukari space. So there you go. That is the Dranuur Colony location. And once you beam down here, you get to enjoy this great environment here. Now, as you can see, you might have noticed my character is currently using something that is the hoverboard from Risa. For whatever reason, these hoverboards actually work here. You can actually, use them. Hover around. Of course, only works in the water, like in Risa, but this could be very, very useful for actually getting around this area. If you actually, let me pull up the ground map itself, the area map. It is a pretty sizable map. I mean, you have the fleet colony here, but there is a lot of other land mass. So, and I'm pretty sure this is where all the mini-games are located, probably around these various areas. And, being able to use the hoverboard will really help the mobility down here. I did try to use the Risa floaters. They do not work, so no jetpacking around, but at least the power boards do work. Right, so let's keep taking a look around here. And so once you land on the colony, you actually land on the colony just up here. And you can see there's almost nothing finished here. There's not even really that many NPCs to talk to. I did notice this guy over here, right when you beam in, you come into right around this area right here. And this guy over here, for some reason, security says stay out, and you can't go in here. There's some kind of invisible wall, so I'm kind of curious as to what is up here. Maybe this is space reserved for maybe the invasion or something going on. I'm not quite sure yet. But yeah, you will see this guy here as well. This guy, you just talk to him.
Something? I can clear you for transport, or if you're authorized, I can start an invasion simulation for you.
Right, so this is how you would start the invasion simulation, which is one of the events you can actually run in the Dranuur Colony. I guess you have to be a certain rank in your fleet to be able to do that. I'm actually not even sure what the reward is for that. Maybe it rewards some fleet provisions, which might be nice, but I'm not quite sure how that works. So if I do get a chance to run that, I'll create a video on it, but I'm not quite sure how. I'm not able to do that myself, so I can't really show it. You can also, this is probably be the person you talk to eventually once you build up the fleet holding a bit more, and you can travel to other facilities. You can travel to the starbase here. And this is also who you have to talk to if you want to beam back to your ship. For whatever reason, the beam out icon is not available here. So you have to talk to this guy in order to beam back to your ship. Now you can actually hail him as well.
Need something?
So you can, if you're not right next to him, you can still beam out as long as you hail him. So yeah, let's take a look around here. Now, I believe this guy right here is the quartermaster. And this is where you can do the mini games. So let's go ahead and get these. There's an ore mini game, batteries mini game, and a luxuries mini game. I believe those are the 3 kinds of provisions you need. Let's go ahead and pull up the, whoops, go to my fleet here. So you have the new fleet colony holding here. If you pull up your fleet window, now, yeah, colony world. They don't call it Dranuur Colony for some reason. But you got your, yeah, so you got your, let's see, morale, infrastructure, and renewable energy trees, and then the colony world itself. So let's see what we got here as far as projects. So infrastructure project, morale project, and energy project. So those are the 3 projects to level up the 3 areas of the colony, and you have to complete these. So it looks like we actually still need some luxury provisions and some battery provisions. So let's go ahead and we'll definitely work on those 2 here, but I'll do all 3 just to see what they are. So so I did accept these 3. Actually, let me pull that back up there. It looks like it took 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 provisions to complete the project for all of them. Okay, and how much dilithium? So I know, again, one of the major complaints from when this was on Tribble was this took an insane amount of provisions. And I don't know, I guess 1,000, I'm not quite sure. I don't have a sense of scale yet. Now, looking at these quests, it looks like they give you 250. So that would mean you'd have to do 4 mini games to complete each project. So that's like 12 mini games to complete all 3 per day. I guess doesn't seem too horrible, although let me do the minigame themselves and see how grindy they are. Doesn't seem too off base, but of course this is only tier 1. Maybe this gets insane in the later tiers, who knows. But supposedly Cryptic did listen to some feedback and reduced the provisions needed significantly, but also increased the dilithium needed. So you also need 1,200 dilithium to complete these. It would have been nice if they just completed the fleet marks. Again, I don't know why fleet mark requirements are so absurdly low. Everyone's always trying to get rid of fleet marks, and for some reason, you only need 150 to complete the entire project. You need thousands of dilithium and everything else, but for whatever reason, fleet marks are low. That's just incredibly... someone looks like someone's already completing it. But that's just frustrating. I really think they need to increase the number of fleet marks needed to... So fleets can actually, so people actually have places to dump their fleet marks. I don't know why the requirement there is so low comparative to everything else. All right. So I guess at first glance it doesn't look too bad, but it's just way too early to tell, what the later tiers are going to be like and what those projects are going to look like. So, but let's actually try the mini games themselves and see how those are. All right. So I accepted these 3. I'm wondering now they should show up. So yeah, here we go. We've got luxuries down here, we've got ore over here, and we've got batteries over here. Let's go check out the batteries and maybe float around a little bit on our... Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at this waterfall over here. This looks pretty cool. But we'll take a look at the scenery as we wander around this colony. Looks like we've got just random Lucari colonists wandering around here. Nice little waterfall. The water is actually quite beautiful. The water has kind of a lush green look to it. I think it even has more of a green theme to it than Ryza. Ryza is more bluish water, but this is, it does look pretty nice. Got all kinds of random colonists running around here. Yeah, they're definitely a Lucari. All right. Oh, that one is a Kentari. Okay, so I guess the Kentari are here as well. That's cool. You got some Lucari and Kentari colonists all here. Nice. Now, of course, the background here is, I'm sure will be provided from the new Melting Pot featured episode. That'll probably go into all the detail of how this colony is founded and everything else. I'm very much looking forward to playing that episode. Unfortunately, I just don't have time tonight to do it. But yeah, that's my first priority. Ooh, look, this person's wearing even like the Lucari outfit, the commander outfit. But Yeah, definitely looking forward to that featured episode, Melting Pot. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait to play this. So, ooh, what is going on here? Looks like we got some arguments going on between Lucari and Kintari. Okay. I'm not convinced wind energy is better. Looks like they're arguing about at our current size, we can store surplus energy with the right batteries. Okay, looks like they're talking about the various fleet colony projects. Got a pretty nice looking skybox as well. So yeah, nice, beautiful environment. But yeah, I am interested to see what the actual, what the background is of this colony. Hopefully they'll go into a little more detail on how the Lucari and Kintari are coming together to build it. Hopefully that will all be in that featured episode. So yeah, look forward to that. I'd like to get to that as soon as possible, so expect that video here within the next day or two at the most. But yeah, let's try this. So yeah, we're here. We made it all the way to the, what is this one? Is this the batteries, was it? Yeah, collect batteries so we can do it at any of these. All right, so let's see what this minigame is. Well, it's definitely a reuse of existing. This is the scan minigame. I wonder if I can get 250 in one go here. If you can get 250 in one go, I guess it wouldn't be too bad. It means if you only have to do the minigame once to complete the quest. And I'm already past 250 score. It's kind of an interesting looking battery there. It's almost like organic in the middle. Alright, so got 895. That only got me 175 provisions. So it looks like you actually will have to do this twice. Yeah, so if you have to do each minigame twice, you're looking at, a couple minutes for each. And then having to do that, well, your whole fleet would have to do it, 12 times per day to complete the projects, at least at Tier 1. It's, I guess, yeah, it's a grind. I'm sure after doing this for a couple of weeks, you probably want to blow your brains out rather than play these minigames anymore. I think that's when the problem's going to come in once you get, upgraded a few, you're at Tier 3 or 4. Or no, I mean Tier 2 or 3 on your base, and you still have to play these mini games and complete these projects. You're probably it's really gonna get grindy. So who knows? Maybe Cryptic will see reason and make it so you can actually buy the fleet. Okay, so that's annoying. It actually capped me at 250 instead of actually going above the cap. But it immediately completed the quest. And you can't do the minigame without the quest, so apparently you have to go back and get it again, I guess? So that's how that works. But yeah, I mean, hopefully Cryptic will see reason and actually make it so you can buy these provisions with fleet credits. I mean, please, the grind is going to be too real. There's just no reason for it. So I'm going to take the quick route here. Let's go ahead and use our hoverboard to get across this little gap quickly instead of running all the way around. And we'll get over here to the luxuries area. Got another group of Lucari and Kintari. Okay, so it looks like they're lounging on the beach over here too. And look at this over here. It's like a Lucari hammock. That is, that's pretty cool. I have to admit, that looks pretty awesome. And they got their little beach chairs here. Alright, so that's cool. Lucari like hanging out on the beach also. They probably should go check out Risa. So which one are we looking at here? That's the ore one, so this must be the luxury. So luxury items are apparently flowers, coral, okay. Let's see what minigame this is. Ah, it's the Omega Particle minigame, wonderful. So here you go, guys. If you want to practice for the next Omega Particle event, which is still like probably a good 8 months away. It's usually like, you know, earlier in the year during the anniversary event. So got a ways there, but you know, if you want to practice the Omega Particle event, here you go. Just come do your fleet holding and play the minigame. I'm curious if you do a good job on this, will it give you the 250 in one run? Oh, I just missed a couple there. It's not good. Bit rusty. So that's 2,400. How many did I get? Oh, hey, there you go. I got 250 in one go. So that's pretty cool. So if you do a good job on this minigame, you can get it all in one go. Nice. And let's head over here for the ore. Now, this is ore. I'm going to bet it's going to be the dilithium ore mining minigame. What do you guys want to bet? Yeah, we've got colonists over here as well. But yeah, it's kind of cool. You get to enjoy some nice scenery. Wondering if the ground queue, you know, that uses this map, maybe it'll use different areas. And I'm kind of curious what this little thing is over here. I'm going to go take a look at that after finishing this minigame here. And what do you know? It's the dilithium minigame. So we'll see. Hopefully you can, if you get a good score on this one also, you can complete it in one round. Not sure why that first minigame, I mean, I scored pretty decently. I'm not super fast at that minigame, but I scored decently enough that, I mean, you would have to do almost perfect to complete that in one round, I would think. Nine seconds left. This is when you get all the big bonuses. You get all the points in the last few seconds. Getting like 40 per. There we go. So 815, that's pretty decent. If you were doing the dilithium game, that would be a pretty decent score. And yes, it did complete. Alright, so at least those two mini games, the ore and the luxuries, you can complete in one round, thank God. Now, if you want to just go quickly back, you can hail a security officer and like maybe beam up to your ship and then beam back down. That'd be a quick way to get back to the colony. But I am actually, like I said, I want to check out this area and see if I can actually get there. And instead of running there, I'm going to see if I can get there on my hoverboard. I'm actually not sure if... it's not letting me use my hoverboard here. Okay, I wonder if this this area here is probably out of bounds. I know you can... this is water here as well. I should be able to hoverboard there. Maybe that'll speed it up a little bit. Because, yeah, running... This is a pretty big map, I gotta say. I mean, look how long it's taking to get up there. It's a pretty sizable map. If I can get in my hoverboard, it would be much faster. So, yeah, let's see if I can do that here. Can do it here. Can I get over here without getting off it? Yeah, alright, so let's head up here. This is much faster. And I'm off it. But, yeah, so here we go. Let's see what is in this area, or if it's just a new respawn unlocked. Okay. What the heck is this? Is there a cave? Is that what it is? No, doesn't look like it. Oh, there's no cave here. I don't know, guys. I don't know if there's a way to actually get over there. Yeah, invisible walls. I'm running into invisible walls here. So it doesn't look like there's a way to get over there. I'm not sure what that is, unfortunately. So yeah, let me show you one more thing here that I also noticed, that if you go into the deep water without the hoverboard, yeah, apparently it doesn't like that, and it will kick you out and respawn you. So yeah, like here, if you go into this middle area, into the deep water without the hoverboard, yeah, it's apparently you drown, and it puts you back at the starting point. So let's give this a try here. So this is another way to get back quickly, I suppose, if you really wanted to. Boom, there you go. Puts you right back at the spawn-in point. So there it is. So let's go ahead and contribute my provisions here to the fleet. Get these last couple projects going. And it gave us about, so 792 fleet credits. How many did I actually contribute? I'm not sure exactly. 240, it looks like. Why didn't it finish it? It says, can you not? I can't contribute just 6? Okay, that was really odd. I'm not sure why I didn't complete the last 6 of them there. Okay, but there you go. That project is now going. Let's go ahead and finish up this one as well. At least you do get fleet credits for it, I suppose. I mean, that's a pretty decent amount of... I don't know, I guess it's an okay amount of fleet credits. That's really weird, guys. Look at that. It's not completing the project. You have to, like, donate it twice to actually complete it. But there we go. Alright, so I helped out my fleet a little bit here to finish up these last few projects so we can work on it again tomorrow. But there you go. I guess the minigames, you've played them all before. You know, it's going to be a grind. I just hope that, you know, if the projects don't scale up too much, if it stays right at 1,000 provisions for each project, even at the higher tiers, it's not too bad, I guess. But man, I don't know, it's still... Oh, it's still going to be a grind. I mean, it's just, who wants to do these mini games a million times over? So yeah, definitely not looking forward to that. I don't know. I mean, I'll try to help my fleet out as much as I can, but yeah, I'm definitely not a big on grinding here, so we'll see how that goes. Looks like we do have a few vendors up here. We've got the space requisition. So yeah, here's all the space items you'll be able to eventually get once you know, upgrade your fleet holding. They've got some new tactical consoles. They've got, oh, warp core, a new elite fleet warp core. Interesting. Isolated protomatter warp core. You've got singularity cores. You've got a deflector, secondary deflector. Nice. I wonder if you've got one with sensory damage. Don't see one. Not sure of the mods on these guys. Not sure if these secondary deflectors are good, but they might have some cool effect or something going on. Yeah, I didn't see... Oh, there is SA. There you go. SA plus damage. Cool. There you go. So yeah, these could be decent secondary deflectors if you want, if you don't want to go with a crafted one. What else we got here? Resilient shields. Okay. Elite fleet resilient shields. Reduces all energy damage to shields. Seems like a pretty standard shield, not bad. Impulse engines. Ooh, look at these impulse engines have a sector space speed, asynchronous warp. Ah, these might be good for Tour of the Galaxy, huh? Got projectile weapons. What do we got? Chronoton torpedoes. Damage X3, damage X3. You can pick your mods. I don't know if you can even get pen, but can you get pen on the energy weapons? Got damage X3. Doesn't look like it. But you've got your energy weapons. They are disruptors. But you can get damage X3, not horrible mods. Increased by crits for... Okay. These are the ones, it looks like they give you a little bit of a chance to heal shields and hit points. It still has the damage resistance proc too, though. So, yeah, I mean, seems good. A little bit better than your normal disruptor. So, not too bad. I mean, that's a pretty good complete... what are these tactical consoles here? What do these do? Phaser damage and projectile weapon damage. Oh, okay. So these are like combo energy damage and projectile damage. Kind of cool if you're going with a mixed build. Maybe these are decent. And they do have a proc, Energetic Protomatter Matrix Infuser. 25% chance to self-applies Restorative Protomatter Matrix, Hull Healing, and Shield Regen. Huh. So, okay. So they're there. They cost the same as your, your typical vulnerability locators. And it doesn't look like they have the crit chance on there that I can see. No, they don't have the crit chance. It looks like you have to sacrifice the crit chance for a healing proc. So, I guess more of a defensive option, but definitely not going to replace the existing the locators. So, yeah. But, another option. But otherwise, you got a, pretty much a full space set here with your warp cores, deflector, shields, and engines. You got a singularity core, and you also got the Cronton torpedoes and the disruptors. Is there anything else? Is it only disruptors here? Oh, phasers too. Okay, phasers. Nice, nice. Oh, wait, they got everything. Okay, so they got... So wait, does the anti-proton also have to give up? No, it has the crit severity. Interesting. I wonder if these weapons have a unique graphical or a particle effect too. But some of these might be worth checking out. The secondary deflectors, those seemed okay. Again, not the perfect mods there, but some options. We also got the ground equipment guy here. Now, one thing I think I saw when they announced this was that, yeah, there's new actual kit frames here. I want to see if any of these kit frames have kit performance X3, and I can already see they do not. Well, that's a big bummer. It's so hard to get good kit performance. I haven't been able to find any K-perf times 3s, which is very unfortunate. I don't even see any. Is there any K-perf times 2 even? No. Looks like you can get a weapon crit 3, though. I guess that's kind of cool. But, yeah, I'm disappointed. I was hoping for a kit performance times 3. It's not there. Ooh, some new kit modules. Okay, so I'll have to do a new kit module review series and check these out. So we've got a Plasma Blastwave turret, and it is a universal kit module. So everyone can have a turret now. Your science and your tactical can get a turret. Toxin Dart Launcher. Okay. What does this do? Toxic damage, reduced enemy mobility, and melee damage. Okay. I have to see that in action. I'm curious the animation too. And we also got a regenerative invigoration. Bonus to healing abilities used on you. And you get next 3 seconds when received healing gain invigoration. Bonus range to melee damage. That has some possibilities. So when you have a self-heal, you can stack up a invigoration buff on yourself. Cool. These are definitely worth testing out. So it might be a while. I'm not sure what tier you need in your fleet holding in order to get these unlocked. But when I get these unlocked, you can be sure I will create a new kit module overview video on those. Looks like you can also get some new outfits. But yeah, probably be a while before those unlock. But yeah, like all this scaffolding, I believe, like the actual walls and everything of the structures will actually be built, and you'll be able to see, the progress on your fleet holding as you complete it. So pretty cool. I mean, I certainly love the visual look of this colony holding, and the idea of it seems to have some interesting gear options and kit modules and stuff. You know, I think the main complaint here is not going to be any of those. It's going to be the grind. I mean, that's going to be the complaint here with this colony. I think that will go away if Cryptic just makes the simple change that you can get the fleet provisions with credits. I mean, I think that will fix any grind issue there was with this and make it just like all the other fleet holdings. So what can we say? You know, just give feedback to Cryptic. Hopefully they will make that change. But yeah, so this is, visually, this is great looking. I mean, it's just almost like it's almost like Risa. It's just like being on Risa. So yeah, very cool. So what should we check out next here? So I guess the other main thing I wanted to check out was the new Tzenkethi Red Alert. So let's give that a look. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I wanted to mention one other thing that came in the patch is there is the Phoenix prize pack has returned. So yeah, just go to your dilithium store and let's see, is the Phoenix prize pack here? There it is, Phoenix prize pack, nice. So if you've been grinding up your dilithium, I saved up about $1 million or so to spend on, you know, well, since the last Phoenix prize pack was actually not that long ago, and I actually blew most of my dilithium on that one. You can actually see I have yeah, I still have quite a few of the tokens left from the previous round here. So, yeah, I still haven't used all of my ones from previous round, but I do want to buy a few of these at least. I don't know if I'm going to spend all of my dilithium, so I do want to help out with the fleet holding as well, but we'll see. But what I can say is I definitely recommend that if you are looking to upgrade your gear, buy these Phoenix prize packs because they are very dilithium efficient, and you can also, on top of getting what you can from the tokens, you know, the prizes you can get from the tokens, you also can get these Phoenix tech upgrades, these Phoenix Universal tech upgrades, which are actually, you know, as far as dilithium cost, they are actually just as efficient as the best, you know, tech upgrades you can get. So it's very good, you know, it's a good idea. It's very efficient to use the Phoenix prize pack. And there is a tech upgrade weekend coming, I believe. Let me check the calendar here real quick. I believe yes. So in about 2 weeks or so, on October 19th, there is going to be an item upgrade weekend coming. So yeah, definitely stock up on your Phoenix prize packs as much as you can during this next week or so while the event is running. And then you'll be able to take advantage of all those wonderful Universal Phoenix tech upgrades for the next item upgrade weekend coming up. There's not really much else to discuss there. Unfortunately, I looked through the rewards this time around. I didn't see anything new. So everything is here is the same as last time. And that's a bit unfortunate. I mean, there are quite a few things here they need to add. Like there is the ground weapon from the Crystalline Entity event needs to be added here. There's also, they need to add they're missing that the ISS Stadi Admiralty card from the Mirror Universe event. That was like a year ago or more, so that really should be here by now. I was hoping to see that, but alas, nothing new this time around, so not much to talk about there. But definitely take advantage of it here before the tech upgrade weekend. So yeah, I guess before I jump into the Red Alert, there were a few other bits in the patch note that did stand out to me. I thought I'd quickly just mention them. Yeah, so one of them that's actually a pretty significant change, and I'm not actually sure what to make of this right away, but the Ferengi Admiralty campaign has had its Latinum rewards, so Gold Plus Latinum rewards, significantly reduced. But instead of giving Latinum, now it will give some energy credits. So basically, they cut the Latinum rewards by like 80%, I think they said. Yeah, 80%. But instead of that, you get some energy credits. In fact, you can see it here. So they did, in fact, significantly cut the Latinum rewards. I remember some of these some of these Admiralty missions would give like 30,000 or more latinum. So then you can see your mouth, they give like 3,000, or less. Oh wait, here's a 9,000 one. Okay, so there is still pretty sizable amount, but I haven't seen any over like 10,000, so it's definitely a huge cut from what it used to be. But now they give energy credits, and again, a fair amount of energy credits. Like here, this one gave, it's very small there. It looks like 18,000 maybe. Is that what that is? This one looks like 24,000. So yeah, so it does give a pretty decent amount of energy credits. Not huge, but it'll add up over time doing your Admiralty missions. So I'm not sure what to make of this change. I mean, in theory, energy credits is more useful than gold press latinum for sure. Because I mean, let's face it, there's not much you can buy with gold press latinum. The gold press latinum exchange is pretty terrible. There's almost nothing you can buy with it. But the fact that they made this change makes me think that Cryptic has something up their sleeve here. I wonder if they're going to start adding things to the GPL store, and they noticed that people were gaining too much GPL doing this Admiralty campaign, and they didn't want that kind of inflation, so maybe they're trying to cut that off now before people stockpile too much GPL, and they want to add things to the GPL store. So I'm not quite sure what to make of this. I don't know what's coming up. Maybe it's just Cryptix just doesn't want people getting GPL at all, and they're not planning to add anything to the store. I'm just completely speculating here, but I always thought even when they first added this Admiralty campaign that was a golden opportunity to add some useful items to the GPL store. I don't know why Cryptic wouldn't do that. Maybe add something cool like a Ferengi themed space set or ground set, or hell, even like a tier 5 ship or something. That'd be pretty cool. Like a Ferengi ship, that'd be neat to add to the GPL store. So hopefully Cryptic will add something along those lines. Maybe this change means they are planning to do something like that, but I don't know what to read into it at this point. But for now, I mean, I'm okay with getting more energy credits, because at this point, energy credits you can buy all kinds of great things with, but GPL is still kind of useless. But I was just looking here. I guess my haul here from all of the Admiralty campaign I've done is about 4 million GPL. I'm sure other people have grinded a lot more than I have Admiralty. I only do, I do about 8 missions per day. I only log in once on each character to do their Admiralty missions. So I only do, 8 per day. But that's what I was able to get. But I'm sure other people probably stockpiled way more than that. So that's one change I noticed. We'll just have to wait and see what that means. Maybe there'll be some good change to the Gold Plus Latinum store, and they'll be able to do something with all this Latinum, but who knows? What else? A nice little quality of life change I noticed was that they made it so you can now, when you go to your fleet starbase and you buy those fleet personnel DOF packs, you can now purchase them in bulk. I think they set up to 50. So it's kind of a nice little quality of life change for helping complete those projects. What else? There was a note they mentioned that duty officers, let's look at my roster here. Duty officers that reduce cooldown times have had become more responsive. Let me see if I can find the actual patch note here. Yeah, duty officers that reduce cooldowns, such as technicians or projectile weapons officers, should now be more responsive. I wonder if that also carries over to damage control engineers, because I use the Drake build on a lot of my ships, and I do use damage control engineers. So if they're more responsive, hey, that's a good change. Definitely a positive improvement there. Now, one last thing I noticed was there was a slight nerf to fleet support, everyone's favorite DPS padding ability. Now the fleet support will only last for a maximum of 5 minutes, rather than just how long you're in combat. It's a slight nerf, I guess. It's not a huge deal. most of your ISA runs or whatever are going to be over faster than 5 minutes anyway if you're going for a top TPS run. So I don't see it as a huge deal, but it is still a minor nerf nonetheless. Probably in some queues where you could be in combat for a real long time, it was nice to have your support fleet out there helping you out. Any other minor notes here? They did rename heavy escort weapons to experimental heavy weapons. I guess just kind of a text change there, nothing major. I'm actually curious here. Does it say? Yeah, it says experimental weapons now instead of escort weapons. So that's cool. And then they renamed it. So this is the experimental flak cannon that you can get from the competitive reputation. They did rename it there. So, okay. I mean, I guess they just wanted to have a more consistent naming convention, I guess. They didn't want it to... Maybe they'll start using these experimental weapons on other ships besides escorts. Maybe that's why they wanted to rename it, so you didn't have escort in the name. That would be cool. Some other little minor defect fixes here. We've got Cannon Scatter Volley 3 was fixed, so it doesn't have excessive accuracy penalty. That's actually nice. I have a couple cannon builds that will benefit. Otherwise, just some very, very minor other changes. Those were kind of the patch notes that stuck out to me. So a couple nice quality of life changes, a couple little bug fixes here and there. So other good stuff. All right, so let's get to the good part. Let's check out this new Tzenkethi Red Alert. Let's go ahead and let's beam up.
Need something?
And while we're beaming up here, let's take a look at what the colony looks like from orbit. Because I actually think that the new space queue will probably take place here on this map. And I'm betting also the new featured episode as well will utilize this map to some extent. It's kind of a really nice looking map. So you got the colony down there. And this, whatever planet this is, has a really nice looking... I don't want to call it a ring. It's almost like an Aurora Borealis effect or something. Maybe this planet has a really strong magnetic field and you get a cool, like ionization effect there. But pretty nice looking. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? We got some vessels flying around here. Now, I know they just also released the, what is it? The Tzenkethi lockbox. And I believe there are some new... Lucari ships available in that lockbox. I believe one of them is that new Lucari scout ship. Yeah, check this out. There's a couple of them flying here. So let's see if I can get a little bit closer. See if I can fly along with them here and not get too close to the atmosphere. So those are pretty cool looking. So they're your classic flying saucer look, right? That's kind of neat. So then here's the old Lucari science vessel, which is basically a flying triangle. So you got a flying triangle and a flying circle. So I guess the Lucari ship design is basically geometric shapes. Well, hopefully they won't make a cube, otherwise they'll get confused with the Borg. So they should stick with maybe the flattened shapes, 2D shapes. But those are definitely really cool looking. So if you want a flying saucer, you're going to want to get your hands on one of those new Lucari science ships in the or scout ships in the new lockbox. But yeah, pretty cool looking colony here. Let's go ahead and return out to sector space, because I believe from sector space here you can actually queue up for the Red Alert. It is a classic Red Alert like the Tholian or Borg Red Alerts, so it should show up here. Here we go. Yep, Admiral Tzenkethi, our assault fleet has been spotted near the Maxia sector. All right, so let's go ahead and warp to them and queue up. I want to actually see what it looks like on the map. That's why I'm doing it this way rather than just going through the queue interface. Let's go ahead and join it. But yeah, so here is the Tzenkethi Red Alert. So yeah, it looks like a Tzenkethi Dreadnought right there. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually curious where... Yeah, it does actually show up on the map as well. So that's cool. Nice. Alright, so here we go. Tzenkethi Red Alert. Let's see how this is.
The Tzenkethi are sending a fleet towards this
Ah,
planet.
Martok.
We believe they intend to bombard it with protomatter torpedoes. It's up to us to stop them. Our engineers placed some defense satellites in orbit, but there aren't enough to protect the planet. You need to make sure that no protomatter torpedoes reach that planet. None. One hit, and it's all over. They will send a vanguard to take out the satellites before their battleships arrive to conduct the bombardment.
Yep.
Deal with them quickly.
Okay.
There is a Tzenkethi Dreadnought
All ships.
equipped with an
This
advanced
is
torpedo
Martok.
launcher in their
Prepare
fleet.
for battle.
Draw it out by destroying their battleships.
Alright, so... Oh, they're already coming in, so we gotta take out the vanguard that is going to be attacking the satellites here. This guy... What the heck?
Get
This guy
their
went way out of
cruisers
range.
first. They're the backbone of a Tzenkethi fleet.
Target shield has failed.
Alright, so what else we got? So yeah,
Destroy
protect
enemy
these.
battleships to bring out their Dreadnought. They're launching protomatter torpedoes. Destroy them and take out those ships.
Okay, so here we go. So after you defend the satellite, then the heavier cruisers will come in here, and they start launching the... Oh, look, there is actually a phaser turret that's also targeting these torpedoes. Okay, so it is the battleship, I believe, is the one that does do... Why am I... Well, it took me forever to get out of combat here, but let's...
Ship is under attack.
Let's go ahead and use focus fire on this guy. Hopefully my fire at will take out those, which it did. Very good. Nice. Okay. Oh crap, got some torpedoes over here. There's another battleship. There's actually 2 of those satellites as well. Okay, good, I'm out of combat. Let's get full impulse and get over there. There's already another volley coming. Okay, so they don't mess around. They're sending lots of volleys of protomatter torpedoes here. Alright, and there's the battleship. Hopefully Fire Will do its thing and take out these. Yes, alright. So not too bad. Oh, here's another one. So it's here. Optional, defend the satellites. Okay. Okay, these guys have a lot of firepower. Let's use this. Let's use this. Okay. Alright, so, okay, there's a volley over there. Okay, good. Looks like teammates are handling those. Nice. Or maybe it's that heavy phaser turret, but here comes another volley. Let's take these out. And let's get on this battleship. I can say already there's some mechanics involved in this Red Alert, a little bit more than, you know, the other Red Alerts are pretty much brain dead. Let's finish up the battleship before I focus on those. There we go. Oh, it looks like they were taken care of anyway. Nice. Sweet. Okay, so we did the 4 battleships, Tzenkethi waves, defend the satellites.
There's the Tzenkethi flagship. Destroy it at once.
Okay, flagship time. But yeah, as I was saying, this definitely has more mechanics than your typical typical Red Alert. I mean, most of your Red Alerts are pretty just brain dead, kill the bad guys. But this one, you do actually have to intercept. Oh my god, this guy's launching crazy amounts of protomatter torpedoes here. Alright, let's go ham on this guy. Oh crap, he's doing his thing. Let's not get hit by those.
Target's shield has failed.
Alright, let's get focused frenzy on him. There we go. The Dreadnought is down.
Excellent work. Not a single one of their torpedoes hit the mark.
Nice.
The Tzenkethi will think twice about trying such an attack again. Still, they are stubborn creatures. And they crave revenge almost as strongly as a Klingon. They may try such a bold attack again. Be ready for it.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty fun. A little bit more involved than your typical Red Alert, but still pretty fun. Not too bad. I would say it's maybe a little bit longer than other Red Alerts. Like the Borg one you complete usually pretty quickly, and the Tholian one's also pretty quick. So I'd say it's a little bit longer, but let's see. How do we do here? Maybe the rewards are a little better. So we've got Planet Saved, 35 marks. 5 times 2 satellites remaining. Okay, 10 marks. So 45 marks. I mean, it's about, I think, what you also get in the other... I can't remember exactly how many you get from the other queues, but it's not too bad. So, like the other Red Alerts, you do get your choice of marks, which is nice. And even, I noticed competitive were in here, so that's cool. You can get competitive marks this way. Yep, full choice. So I'd say pretty good. I mean, it's another another Red Alert to add to the mix for a little variety if you want. And it does have a few more mechanics that you got to deal with. So you got to defend the 2 satellites, and you got to stop the protometa torpedoes. So a little bit more variety and spice to the Red Alerts, but not too bad at all. Quite enjoyable. Alright guys, so I believe that will wrap this video up here with my sort of overview of what is new in Season 14. I think we covered most of the big things. So wait, where did that take me? Oh, okay, it's still here. I'm in the same sector, but the Tzenkethi... Looks like the Red Alert has already moved again, so... Yep. But, yeah, I think that covers a good overview of what is available in Season 14. I'm very curious, guys, what you think. How are you looking forward to Season 14? Are you, you know, any of the new content sort of stand out to you as something you might enjoy or something you're taking a look at? I will be, of course, doing videos on all this new content. I will space it out over time as much as I can. But like I said, first thing I want to do is the featured episode. I love the featured episodes. Have been really great lately, and yeah, I always love LeVar Burton, so it'll be great to see Geordi back. So that, I think, is going to be the highlight for me, so I will take a look at that as soon as possible here within the next couple days. I did take a look at the Colony Fleet Holding. I might revisit it once we actually, you know, our fleet actually completes a little bit more, but that will be obviously quite a ways in the future, given how much a grind it is. Miracle Worker Specialization, I'll take a look at that, and in a separate video, and also the 2 queues. Definitely do a video on each of those as well, especially the 10-man ground queue. That one has my interest peaked. Very curious about that one. So yeah, I mean, I guess as season goes, it's a fair amount of content. I think it's on par with some of the other seasons, but I think the only thing, well, I guess it doesn't have a new reputation, right? It seems like most seasons have a new reputation. This one doesn't. This one's still very much focused on the, you know, the Lukari reputation. And I believe that the new Space Queue and Ground Queue only give Lukari marks, which is kind of a bummer. They don't give a choice of marks. So that's kind of not a good thing. But the Red Alert does give choice of marks, so there is that. So that's pretty cool. And I think that Red Alert will also be really good if, like, an Endeavor comes up to kill Tzenkethi ships. That will be, I think, a good way to quickly complete that Endeavor, too. All right, guys, so that's it. That is Season 14. So hopefully there'll be enough new content to last for a little while. Yeah. So, yep, have fun out there. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Season 14. And look forward to some upcoming videos and all these, all the new content. And in particular, that featured episode, which I'm very excited about. So, all right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.